Hey guys, welcome back to BZTV. We've got some cool stuff to talk about. Might be kind of sad at first, but we kind of think we might have an angle to make you feel a little better about the things that are going on. But let's get right to it. So there's a lot of stuff going on in many cities across the United States. Seattle specifically, Portland, Chicago. But this is just kind of just happening right now. So the Trump administration has pledged to use the full force of the government to protect federal property, expanded that effort on Thursday by sending a team of tactical border officers to stand by for duty in Seattle. The special response team being deployed is similar to the tactical teams currently operating in Portland, Oregon, where local officials have vehemently objected to their efforts to subdue street protests. Seattle officials have also said they do not want federal agents sent to target protesters. So basically, they're sending, it's almost like unmarked cars, unmarked police to go in there and extract protesters that are attacking or damaging or doing things to federal property. Whether we agree or not, we're actually want to talk about this because these are kind of things that really, if you're reading about this stuff, it really is kind of intense or depressing or engaging to where you have a hard time like finding that kind of calmness or peace or kind of like that life we want, the calm life. It's like there's nothing calm these days. They got the COVID-19, got the politics going on as far as the election coming up, this stuff going on. I mean, the protests are intense, the riots are intense, the response from the administration can be intense. But how we're going to talk about how does disc golf?
Not just this is intense, but the reaction of people on social media being intense, like reading it, and then one person's on one side of it, and another person's on the other side, and then they start battling out, and then they stop being friends over something that is pretty much a lot of it's out of our power. And it's I feel like we need to get to the course and play a round of disc golf and enjoy our life. And personally, lately I've been trying to manifest happiness within myself so that I can go out and be happy with my friends out at the disc golf course or wherever I'm going. And I feel like disc golf is a great release of stress, because I know a lot of this stuff going on that we sit at home all day looking at. If I don't watch it much because I work during the day, and then I do sometimes in the evening. But for the most part, I'm trying to eliminate a lot of this the stuff that's going on. Like I don't watch the news. I don't even have cable, just for the fact that I actually went to school for music and video business, and a lot of my classes were propaganda and media, and my social psychology classes were about how to get you to feel the way that our agenda. So we create an agenda, and then you create images that actually put you to agree or disagree with whatever agenda we're in. If you want someone to look bad, then you create these images that make someone look bad. If you want someone to feel good or feel for you, what you're for, you put these images that make you want to feel that way. So a lot of this stuff that you're watching is actually manufactured just to get you to feel a certain way and vote or feel so.
Well, I think these stories are real. Like the protests, the riots, the underlying sentiment, the issues, all the stuff that actually is making some of the stuff happen is real. But then you have the media who is latching on, selling the emotion and showing you images, like you're suggesting images and things people are saying, or inspiring people to like say certain things to kind of divide everybody. So it's like all these different things that are happening that could be something for a positive change are being hijacked, which the media is selling propaganda. They're trying to get you to tune back in. I haven't had cable in my TV. I watch TV, but maybe 12 years now. And I read the news, but sometimes the news sometimes reading it can be almost just as sensationalized as watching it. So sometimes that drives me bananas too. But I like anybody else. I think a lot of us like to keep in touch with kind of what's going on, even if we don't have control of it. Kind of like, okay, what's going on in Seattle? Oh, there's some big stuff going on. Let's see what's going on. And then you go down the rabbit hole, and then you find out, the administration is doing something else, and some more people are upset. Depending on what article you're reading, they're like arguing that's a good thing or a bad thing, and then you kind of find yourself like either taking a side or just taking in this extra energy and kind of having this battle within, and it's really ripping people apart. Not just relationships like family and friends, but people themselves, because it distracts you from being productive.
Yeah. And then you're just angry at everybody, or if anybody says anything that's remotely not agreeing with you, then you're like, I can't be friends with you anymore. And reality is this media is actually, that's what they want. That's how it's manufactured, is to separate people so that you're actually easier to be manipulated in other ways.
I mean, I think a divided nation or divided people, you can actually capitalize on that. That's why sports is so big. You have your teams, your home team and your away team, and because that they're opposites, one's coming in to play the other, you have the people rooting for the home or rooting for the away. And humans in general like to root for something or be on some kind of side, so they take advantage of that kind of a primal thing we have built into our DNA, that we want to take a side and we don't like that other people disagree with us, so we have these jabs, we attack them, we attack the ideas. I mean, I see a lot of people, if you believe this way, then just unfriend me now.
Or like, what is it, teams also? I think the sport teams are more like just like making fun of them if they're actually, if you like this team, then you're silly, or you don't know how to brush your teeth, or just.
But it gets down to fighting. I mean, I bet you if you did a study where you took all the sports and all the camaraderie or the fighting within sports teams, and you put together like the number of people that were watching the sports versus how many arguments they had, or shootings or fights. I mean, you have bar fights, I'm sure, a plethora of them. Like, I'm not a big team sports type fan anyway, but I know people get heated when they're in game situations watching it. They start yelling at each other like it's a pretty volatile thing.
Dude, Houston, I lived in Houston when I think the Rockets won a Super Bowl, and dude, they had riots. They were flipping cars and shit in Houston when that's what, 96.
Is that when they won or they lost?
They won.
Okay,
and it was just like people just went nuts. I don't know what it was all about, but it's just like it gets insane where people get emotional. But I do find that getting outside, walking around in nature, being with your friends and family, throwing these things, out in the woods, watching these things fly, hearing them hit the metal. If they go in the chains, it's even better. I love that. I don't like that too much, but it's better than sitting in the house watching TV. I think we all need to just try to find a peaceful place inside ourselves, and nature really helps with that. Just being outside, and why not get a couple of friends and go out and throw some discs,
And if you think about it, because we're kind of living in concrete jungles, not all of us, but I mean, we're in Austin, not completely concrete jungle, but we're kind of caged in to where we don't have that natural ability like we did 10,000, 20,000, 5,000 million, whatever it was, that we actually were on the farm, we were outside, like using sticks and stones or bow and arrows to kind of hunt. We were getting more out in nature. Different kinds of stress, obviously, but now we're kind of caged in, so to speak, and all these emotions are kind of caged in too, and it's almost like they're trying to get out. So when you have the opportunity and you get somebody upsetting you about some situation that doesn't really affect you personally, like we're in Austin, that's in Seattle, and yes, it's there's some real issues going on, and that's some real situations, but to let that vibrate all the way down here to Austin, and people breaking up friendships or any kind of relationships, or getting mad at people or not talking to people because they perceive that differently as opposed to just talking about it, because there are I mean, they say there's three sides to everything: your side, my side, and the correct side. And there's really probably 1 million sides to it. But the point is that there's no reason for us to rip each other apart, and we do need to get outside, do some kind of like meditation, just clear our mind, not think about anything else, not just get drunk and go to bed like some people want to do at the end of the day. Like, I worked all day, all this stuff. There's riots. There's like the feds going and pulling people off the street. Everybody on Facebook's mad. I'm drinking
Getting
and going
emotional.
to bed.
Everybody's
Yep.
getting emotional. Actually, my Facebook feed doesn't show that much. I think Gary and I were talking about this earlier. I think Facebook and Instagram and all those things. The things that you click on are the things that you seem to be advertised to, and a lot of the stuff that I kind of click on are kind of happy, fun. I'm in a lot of closed groups that do funny joke memes and stuff like that. So that seems to fill my news feed more than any of the real political stuff, because I don't really search that stuff. That's not even part of my.
That's got to be true, because we all know that when you search something outside of Facebook, whether it's Amazon or looking for something, whether it's a product or a news article, they reach around to Facebook and then advertise to you. Like if you're looking up a certain makeup or even a disc golf company, whatever it might be, then all of a sudden you're like, oh, that's weird. Dynamic Disc is now showing up in my feed. And I get a lot of advertisements for disc golf stuff because that's kind of what I'm looking for sometimes.
Yeah, I do.
But yeah, it probably has same thing if you're looking up political messages, certain things you might hashtag, certain articles you might look up. They probably try to collect those people and try to feed that fire, fan the flame, like, oh yeah, keep getting mad at all the other people because you're on our team. And we don't even really know we're being pushed that direction.
We are.
Yeah. And I've literally...
Each side. It doesn't matter what side you're on.
Yeah.
You're being pushed to be angry at the other side because they won't. That's
the hardest. I think humans have the hardest time to understand perspective, and they quickly want to just shoot someone else down. Oh, you're wrong. You don't see it this way. Just have a conversation without like down talking to everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's for some. I feel like it's almost impossible because you already think you know it. It's already set in stone. Whatever it might be, whether you're Republican, Democrat. Whatever issue side you're on, it's like people don't even want to hear the other side. Whether they're scared to hear the other side that it might make some sense, or that they feel like they've heard it all, they already know the answer.
Or it's just that I'm right, you're wrong. I'm not listening to it. Then don't talk about it. You know, that's one of the things that I'm talking to my daughter about is there's certain people you talk politics and religion to, and that's usually people like directly in your family. Shouldn't be something you're like out talking to just random people that you don't really know very much.
Even family's tough because so many people have different views. You almost have to have a lot of people aren't good at talking about deeper issues that have to do with like maybe who's wrong or right or perspectives. And I consider myself more of a philosopher, so I can talk about any issue and take any side and listen to any side, just kind of like dissect a situation and not be offended because I'm not really that emotional. But you find people who are emotional that already have that sided out where they don't want to philosophize about it. They want to stay in that side. You can't talk to those people, whether it's family or friends, or just have to almost avoid those things.
Well, just have different subjects to talk about. That's what I'm getting at is if you know that you know we gotta love each other. We're all family. We're all friends. We don't want to be separated or we need each other. We are humans that need to be around each other. We're what do you call it? We're like
I'm not. I don't want to be around humans, but
he's lying.
Does.
He calls me and asks me to come over all the time. So there's I'm the human he wants to be around.
He's an alien. Don't let him trick you. Only let aliens near me.
But what I'm saying is we need each other. So if you can't agree on something, don't talk about that subject. Find something that you can agree on and enjoy each other in that aspect. That's what I'm getting at.
Yep. And like you said earlier about getting out and playing disc golf.
Most people that play disc golf love disc golf. They love hanging out with each other, watching how the disc flies through the air, Oh man, you hit a tree. Nice shot. Oh man, you said nice shot. I hit a tree branch. You know, those are the fun things about disc golf that I really enjoy. When I'm out playing disc golf, it puts a smile on my face. I kind of feel like I'm glowing when I'm out playing with my friends.
But why? I mean, what is
It's
what,
just, it's like it's
is it because you're with your friends? Is it because of nature? Is it because you're throwing the disc?
yeah. I'm not by myself. I like I am with.
We're very different here.
But you know, that's what I'm saying though.
But yeah, I agree with the nature part. For sure, getting outside, throwing frisbees, have maybe a couple people around.
Yeah, you like people. You just don't like
I
a
don't like
bunch of people.
I don't like a bunch of people.
Yeah,
More than 3 or 4 people.
Yeah, he's I don't even know why he throws disc golf tournaments. He's just like
Glutton for punishment.
he's like
Actually, I'll tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. I like to throw disc golf tournaments because I like to see people have a good time. Like,
Yeah,
if I'm a person,
like to throw a party.
I would be the person to throw a party, but I wouldn't be at the party.
you're at the party. You're just not in the middle of
I'm not in the
it. You're
middle of the
not
party.
mingling.
No, I'm not mingling. I'm not playing
He's the wallflower
cards and-
watching.
Yeah,
watching
might
the
be
people.
out in the distance by the pool, smoking a cigar, drinking some whiskey, talking to a couple people.
Yeah,
Knowing everyone's having a good time. So that's me.
me. I'm getting weefies with everybody. Maybe instigating a few.
Keg stands.
Yeah, whatever. I don't even drink, but I'll instigate it. It's cannonballs, you know.
But I think a good
karaoke.
I think a good point of that is we need everybody that has these different personalities together to make that whole party work.
Yeah. Well, we
You
got to
have
have the whoever's the, you know, the guy that throws the party, and then the guy that, instigates. Hey, everybody, let's get together. Let's do a shot and make a cheers to.
Need those people for
you
sure.
Know,
I
you know
100%
that-
agree.
And then you have the people that are shy that really want to be out, but you know it's just kind of like awkward to, and so those people get involved with those people, and it's just like it turns into a really good time for everybody, especially
Some of those
once
people-
karaoke starts, right?
Yeah, or then you have the people who are like the cooks, because I feel like the cooks might not be the one who wants to. They don't want to hang out on the couch and party, do all that kind of stuff. They enjoy cooking, watching people enjoy the food. Kind of like me, if I threw a party, I like to see that everyone's enjoying themselves. That cook's kind of like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna cook some food. I'm busy. They're like, oh man, you're always so busy. It's like
Yeah,
I think the cook likes that.
And then someone brings him a beer, he gets to hang out. Somebody will
No,
talk
he's
to him
ready
for
to
a
say,
little
"Go
while.
away from me, leave me
No,
alone."
that's not how it works.
I think that's how
You
it
know,
works.
they like to talk. They just like to hang out by the pit, and people come by, ask for some food, and then they, cheers, get some beers,
Yep.
and he gets to do his thing. And then the singer, like the entertainer, people get to to do the entertaining, and then we all have our roles that we play in a party, and I think disc golf, we all have our roles. I mean, we got the pros, and then we got the older MA pros.
And we're just talking about drama on the disc golf course too, because disc golf is a way to get away from drama, get away from the news, get away from all the stuff, the chaos. But we're just talking about this earlier today. That chaos or that drama still finds disc golf. Tell me if I'm wrong, if you don't have a local club where you have somebody or some people that perpetually have some kind of drum up.
Now there are people that just that's who they are.
It's
They're
not
part
in-
of it.
it's-
Everybody. In every situation, there's someone that's that person, right? Someone that has to say something about someone else, or just make some rude comments.
Snide comment, judgmental, trying to be the parent of the group and talk
Yeah.
down to people.
Yeah, there's all that, but it's best that we try to get along as best we can, and
But that's why I really like tournament play. Like, I'm not really one to like to have the social play as much, unless it's a couple of people that I just really know well. But I really like the idea of tournament play because it's like you get to get out in nature, you get to throw your frisbees, you're really focused, you're kind of meditating because you're not talking much unless you have someone in your card, as you know those people out there that talk too much. But I really like the idea of being forced, quiet, playing disc golf, and that really is meditation for me. Some people say tournaments stress them out too much. Actually, I get calm when I play tournaments. Probably because I don't really care as much how I shoot overall. It's not like I'm beating myself up, I'm not trying to be a pro or anything like that. But I really enjoy the playing, competing with myself and the others without having to do a lot of talking.
I enjoy before the round and after the round.
You're like, yep, that's the worst part.
All the nerves, I get hitting the trees.
And the tournament's over. I finished playing.
Hey, everybody, let's go hang out over here.
I'm out of there.
Yeah, it's like a family reunion every time I feel like I go to a disc golf tournament. See people that you haven't seen in a couple of weeks or a month or maybe,
Very true.
and it's just like, hey, how you doing? Catch up time and talk about your family, talk about your what's going on in your life. That's almost like every week for me when I get to go on a Wednesday and go play with a group of friends, or on the Sunday I get to go play with a group of friends. That is my church. That's how I feel like I'm able to.
I think a lot of people consider disc golf like their church, whether it's a Sunday morning, Saturday morning ritual, Thursday, play at the league.
It's being in fellowship with your friends, and I consider a lot of the people that I play with family, and I think disc golf is a great way to bring happiness into yourself. That's the manifestation of the disc flying through the air, and you're like, wow, man, I made that 60-foot putt.
It's such a sharing opportunity too. So if you're time to tee, you throw a great shot, a good hyzer flip with a little bit of turn around a tree up to the basket. Everyone's cheering you on. It's kind of like you all get to experience what you just did. It's like you're crafting a moment in time that everybody gets to share and talk about and clap or high five. Then you have your downs. You might hit a tree, and it's like, oh well, maybe next time.
You might have hit 5 bogeys in a row, and then you get a hole in one, and you're like, everybody's like, it's just, the experience is amazing every time I get to go. And I hope if you never played disc golf before and you're seeing this, I hope that you do get to pick up a couple of these and get a friend or a family member and go out and find a basket that's in your park and throw these fun
disc golf
things.
culture is so cool, and me not even being a really big socialite, I do have a lot of friends in disc golf and I enjoy the camaraderie in there. But it's a neat outdoor community, kind of like you might have like your kayakers, your fishermen or whatnot. But disc golf is just unique.
It is, and there's everybody from every walks of life. Yeah.
You have all kind of stories. Some people lost family because they had issues, and they get away and they start playing disc golf, and they find their family is disc golf. Some people are like overweight, need to do something healthy, but they don't want to go to the gym and be around people just working out. They want to do running and whatnot. So they pick up disc golf, and they get to socialize, walk. What is it, like 2.5, 3 miles per course when you average go? So you start losing the weight that way. Plus you're having fun and you're doing something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a lot of reasons why disc golf can help people in different ways.
Definitely.
But I mean, I think the key thing is don't let media get in your head too much to where you start fighting amongst each other. It's kind of what they want. They want you to tune back in. It's like that car wreck that's got all the flashing lights, and you just kind of want to look over there and check out what's going on.
Rubbernecking, right?
Rubbernecking. And they keep making it louder and stronger, so you keep looking back. But, it's not affecting you that much. So, one, you can pay attention to it, go down the rabbit hole all you want, but try not to let those emotions get between you and the next person that otherwise you probably would get along with. Or maybe just don't talk about those issues, so you don't have to have that conversation. Or if you're open-minded and they disagree with you completely, as long as you're
change
not
the
calling
subject.
names, or if they disagree with you completely, just have the conversation, like get perspective. You getting upset with them isn't going to change their mind. Mm-hmm. I always see that on social media, wondering like these people calling people names or talking down to them. I mean, they have to know that you're not changing people's mind that way, so it must be some kind of like fun thing they do just to attack people.
There are those people.
Yep.
And it's not even on political things. It's on anything that you put out there that someone's got to make a jab just to see if you're going to make a response. That's just part of their personality.
Just poking at everybody they possibly can just because they feel bad, they feel insecure, they're not confident, so they're like poking at everybody, making these posts that are like randomly jabbing people and talking down to people and making themselves seem bigger than they are because they're not competent.
That's how it looks anyway. I mean, it may not be that, but that's the way it looks.
That's the way it looks, yeah, for sure.
Let's talk about what you got on the table.
Oh, yeah. Well, you had one in your hand. We got some new discs stamped up just like a couple days ago. They are chainsaws, and we have 4 colors. These are SSS, so they are very flexible but firm in the rim. White, blue, hemp, and black.
They are so pretty.
But it's a not new logo, but it's a logo by Skeet Cienski, but we actually were able to put together some words underneath there, kind of stack Black Zombie Disc Golf with the logo itself. Very cool. Matter of fact, we sold like half of these the first day we got them in. They sold quick.
Yeah, I saw that.
I saw so many people saying they love the idea of it just being such a simple logo, says a lot. Not just the logo itself, the awesome Skeet Cienski logo.
It looks like a sunrise or a sunset, however you want to look at it.
It looks like an infection rise.
Rise above.
Rise above. Yeah, so that says a lot. So people who don't play disc golf that see this, not just see that associated with it, but they see disc golf on there, they're like, oh, disc golf, okay. It kind of like says a lot just by seeing this. So these are up for sale. Got them up there discounted, so if you want to get in right now while they first came in, grab one. We also got some hats. We got these hats here. And
join the infection.
Join the infection. Just got some murdered out ones again. So we sold out those like the first day. So I had to order some more. So we have some more that I need to put back up on there. But the murdered out, all black, of course, with a black logo. Just got some more of those in today. I'll post those up, probably back up tomorrow.
Yeah, those are pretty.
But yeah, I guess that's it, man. You guys take care out there. Be safe. Hopefully you're not completely shut down where you can't play disc golf or get outside. Kind of the whole point of this one was just kind of like, hey, pay attention. At least be aware of the distractions out there and the things that could be causing more issues than they really should amongst yourself and people around you. Yeah, that's our point.
Tell your family you love them more than why you disagree with their political view. I think more people need, if you're a family and you're living in the same house, give each other hugs. We need that physical contact as a human. Just love each other, you know. Tell your family you love them every day and multiple times a day. And your disc golf family too, and anybody you see that you feel like might need to hear it. Because right now it's a trying time. Everybody's having a hard time dealing with what's going on. Garen, I love you, man.
Someone says, hey, did you hear about what Trump did? Or can you believe they're wearing masks or not wearing masks? Just say, I love you, Hadley. Just leave it at that. We won't go any further because obviously we disagree.
And you know what? Check out this exit. Black Zombie Disc Golf. It's almost 30 minutes.
Was it?
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.